just a short video about Gatherround units, and this video is about Gatherround Unit Europe, Connecting Continents series. These units are perfect for geography and social studies. This is a unit study on Europe, and it has 20 lessons. It includes teacher's guide, recipes for Europe, and a student's notebooks. So while doing the unit on Europe, we did some recipes of European kitchen. What we've done is we found in a city the local stores, for example, Italian center, Russian store, Ukrainian store, and Polish store. And we bought some foods and snacks from it, created a taste of the specific country, and it was a great experience to add to your Europe studies. From the recipes we created, one of my favorite was Irish cold canon. My other recommendation while doing this unit is to go to YouTube and find a great traveler who travels in Europe. And if you're not familiar with Gatherround, they have this series that's called Connecting Continents. So if you're looking for resources to teach geography and social studies, I highly recommend these country studies. At this point, Gatherround already published all continents, and they are available on her website. I'm making videos on the different units from Gatherround, and as we go and finish in more units, I post them on my channel. And if you're a Gatherround person, tell me how do you like it and how many units you've done already. So this is how the teacher's guide looks inside Europe unit study. This is, by the way, how I organize my unit studies from Gatherround. Each lesson is about one country. With this curriculum, you will receive the maps, extra appendix, where you can find maps and other useful additions that you can print. Also, you can buy additionally the recipe book. Also, with every unit, you will receive a list of books or literature that you can take from the library and accompany with this beautiful unit studies. You have some coloring pages, and this is typical lesson. So first lesson is always introduction. Second lesson is already starting in specific country. So this is Russia. So the lesson contains general facts about the country, land and animals, transportation, food, and history. And of course, beautiful pictures are included. After each lesson, you got a day at a glance, which has all of your answers to the students' notebooks. Lesson 3 is Ukraine, and as you can see, the structure repeats: land and animals, food, history and culture. And just quick scroll for you. After reading this curriculum, we all wanted to go on a tour in Europe, which of course is not possible currently. After we've done this unit, the favorite pages of my children, I punch them and bring them to my teacher's guide. That's the way I keep it. I don't keep the whole student notebooks because then it's too much clutter for me, and I just like to keep things simple. So this is a teacher's guide. Let me show you example of a student notebook. So this is how I organize my students' notebooks in this beautiful clipboard box. I really love them and how functional they are. So my children can have all they need in one box, and even if we go, for example, for a trip, it's easy for them just to get it. And it also includes a clip. This is the cover page. I already removed most of your pages, but I just left some for you just to show you how this curriculum looks in students version. So this is Russia. There is interesting facts while I read from the teacher's guide. My children fill in these blocks, and look at this cute Russian desmond, and then they draw also flags. So this is lesson 2. Then they learn about periodic table. They will have to read this and then answer the questions. Also, early elementary has a sight words. They're learning to spell. Then they learn to make a postcard. Learn about history and Bible. Not too overwhelming. The higher the level of the children grade, the more complicated tasks are. Middle school, for example, has more research to be done using computer or encyclopedia. I also show you the recipe book that I've got because I bought the whole year, and I also bought the lifer. If you're not sure what lifer is, it's just if you buy the whole year, I bought it on the sale in March last year. All the additions like recipes and cursive included. Okay, so this is a recipe for different continent Asia, so I keep them all in one folder. Let me show you the Europe. So in recipe book you will get a grocery list for each week, which is very convenient. For every country you'll get a recipe that you can cook together. This is intro recipe, and then we start with Russia. You you make borscht. And then you go to Ukraine, you make potato pancakes, diruni. This is my birth country, which when I was born, it was USSR, but that's the different story. So this is Romania, you do unstuffed cabbage rolls, etc. All the recipes are not very complicated, they're very easy to do with all your family, so you might want to buy additionally a recipe book if you like to cook. Also, let me show you the additional books that we really loved to include in studying of the Europe. This is not all the books we used, but I have just shown to you our favorites. So we love to use this My Picture Atlas. There is different variations of this kind. So it's very helpful if you study about the country and you can see quick facts and the map and the most important things about that country. So this one would be a great addition. The other very useful book that I found is this Usborne Geography Encyclopedia. Just look how big it is. It's interesting to read about different people in different countries and weather. This is all about geography. For reading books for England, my children enjoy to read all of these Paddington books. This is starting from the grade 2 or 1 if they like to read on their own. This is more for kindergarten or first graders. This is a funny little stories about Paddington. In this series I can read Paddingtons. Would be great for the very young children who started learning to read. Now let me show you the most favorite picture books that we really enjoyed. The story of Ferdinand was my children's favorite pick. This is such a hilarious story. My children read this book more than a couple of times. Definitely get this one. Then we enjoyed Dancing on the Grapes. This is about Italy and how they make in wine. It's how the season of wine comes to Italian families, and it's pretty good book. The other one is kind of funny one, How the Queen Found the Perfect Cup of Tea. More for younger children, but my older ones also enjoyed this hilarious story. And my daughters who are in the grades 2 and 4 really enjoyed this one. Never Say a Mean Word Again. This is a great story that teaches kindness. We also like this series to go with countries. We've got Russia and Italy. This is for younger children and it's easy to read. The other fun activity that we've done during the unit study about Europe, we played this beautiful game, and it's a famous Ticket to Ride, Europe edition. I'll just quickly show you what's included in case you never saw this game. This is a very interesting game. That's the board that's included, and you have to build train tracks from the certain cities toward your destination. This is a map of Europe, approximate map of Europe, of course. 5 people can play this game. You get destination cards, tickets, and you pick where you're traveling, and whoever completes his roads faster and also gets more points wins. I highly recommend you to get this game if you're doing Europe unit study. It's very interesting. I purchased this game on Amazon and it was quite a good sale, and I can link this game for you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.